Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Michael Green. This is the Simulation Sports Spectator, and today we are running the Making the Cut for History Maker Golf Week 4. I know you don't call them week, but this is the Desert Classic at the Tucson National Golf Course. I should have my monitor over here. This is the Making the Cut round. We have already decided who is accepting the invitation. If you want to know how we pull those names, take a look at the link that I drop in the description of the video below. Walks you through the entire process. This is, like I said, the 4th tournament of the year. This is a top tier tournament, so most of all the best golfers are coming out to play. Let's take a look here at our overall standings before we go through Making the Cut. This is after 3 weeks. Trent McAdams is having himself a season. A top 10 in all 3 tournaments, and he has won 2 of the 3 of them. Interestingly enough, he decided to not accept the invitation to come out here and play at Tucson. Maybe it's too hot for him. I don't know. But there is no Trent McAdams in this tournament. I'm sorry if my microphone is blowing out. Let's see, is that better? Sure, we're going to go with it. 108 golfers accepted the invitation to this tournament, including Su Chen Tien, including Dokutai Takagaki, including Carson Rodell and Shinji Kanchi. But I do not believe, we'll have to see, Goro Morisaki did not. We're going to have to see. I don't think Flynn Glenn accepted this tournament, or to Yuri Lee Song. I don't remember though. We're going to find out. We've got, let's go to the tabletop. Boom. And in the interest of time, we're going to go relatively quick with this. We've got this broken into 2 groups. 108 golfers accepted the invitation to the Desert Classic. This group that's going up here, oh no, is going to be our morning or our afternoon group. This means these are hand counted out. There are 54 golfers in each stack. I'm going to give it a quick shuffle, and we're going to break these into 8 stacks here. I've done most of the legwork leading up to this so that you don't have to watch me shuffle or anything like that. I like being able to show how random we try to make this. The bookkeeping is very important to me. If you've not been here before, this is History Maker Golf. It is a tabletop golf game that kind of tells a story. We're currently playing tournament mode, which is we take a field of golfers and simulate the first 3 days of the tournaments that they'd play in. And then the 4th day, the top 12 golfers of that group get played out across the board in real time. So whenever I get this done, I'll record the tournament. You can come back. There are 3 other tournaments fully up here on my channel that you can pop in and take a look what's going to happen. We essentially have a chart over here on the side that are going to tell us what happens. This is for the first 2 rounds. This is who's making the cut to be able to play on the 3rd day. So let's see what happens. Black die is going to be our 10s. White die is going to be our 1s. First group has a 54. 54. Wrong answer. It is, I've been playing too many different games. It's not a 10s and a 1s. It's ascending order. So it's a 45. We're going to draw 1 golfer and choose the top 4 remaining that are in this stack. So our 1 golfer that's making the cut is Nico Harms. And our top 4 remaining, let's see who we got. In this group, Mi Young Cho and Adam Trenchard. And then we're going to have Reno Travato and Peter Lattis. Stu Barton and Tyler Gentry did not make the cut. So these folks are going to go play in day 3. We got a 23. That's draw 1 golfer and only the 2 remaining top golfers. Our 1 golfer is Dustin Emmerich, who probably was going to make that cut anyway. That's not up on the screen. There we go. And our 2 top remaining golfers in this group are going to be Gary Dizkowski. And our next top remaining golfer is a pair of 5Bs. When there's a tie moving on to the 3rd round, they both move on. Augie Cameraman and Clive Kenny are going to make the cut. Alan Newcomb, Marus Hirano, and Ji Tai Kung do not. Kung. We got a 46. Draw 1 golfer and the top 4 remaining golfers. Our 1 golfer is Evan Aldrich. And our top 4 that are making it are going to be Enrique Malaganes, Gil Granberry, Wyatt Sells, and Ernie McCown. Casey Holder and Robert Holmes go home. Got a 44. Draw 1 golfer and the top 4 remaining golfers. Our drawn golfer is Todd Ahrens. And our 4 remaining. Su Cheng Tien finds his way. Celestino Garcia finds his way. And now we've got a 4A of Kenny Service and a 5A of Kenneth Dahlberg. Janbir Dewar and Jonathan Thomason do not make the cut. We got a 66. We are drawing 1 outstanding golfer. So an outstanding golfer essentially is having a superb round or first 2 rounds, and they're going to get put into a separate stack, but only 1 golfer is coming out of this stack. Our outstanding golfer is Cliff Pettibone, a 5A. No one else in this stack is coming. So let's see who is left out. We've got Justin Wallace at 2A. Ryunosuke Tsukishama. There we go. Ozzy Valenti, Kevin Percival, Carson Rodell, top tenor, and Lefty Meadows. All are going home. And Cliff Pettibone, like I said, is going to sit over there in his own little stack. Got a 45. That's a 1 and 4. Yep. Top golfer is Dorisa Kong. And we got the top 4 coming out of this group. I find it very interesting that by chance, Trent McAdams decided not to compete in this one since it is a high money round. We're looking at the top 4. Dallas Downs, Ji Woon Ko, Lenny Saxerholt, and back fresh from injury, Greg Millwood. He was a until further notice, but with the new markers that we got in the last group, he gets to come back and off the chart. He gets to compete this time. That is a 56. Draw 1 golfer and the top 5 remaining. There are a ton of golfers making this cut. Top golfer is 6, Philip Owen, and there might only be 5 here. Guess what? Everybody's coming along. Paul Botellas, John Westinghouse, Lonzo DeLucci, Soren Overgaard, and Jonathan Figueroa. And our last group here, another 56. Same deal. Draw 1, Ian Robards, and then I believe it's 5 remaining, and that's all we have left in the stack. Wow. James Elfline, Will Janis, Isaac White, Michael Reed, and Roger Bellino all making the cut. That is a lot of golfers out of the morning group, it feels like. Here comes our bottom. This one, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So once we're finished here, we're going to end up going on to the 3rd day. And those golfers are going to get grades. They're going to get graded on their overall scores for the 3 days. Scores will be determined once we figure out who the top golfer is and the difficulty of the course and all that stuff. So at the actual final round for the tournament, you'll find out the pairings, who finishes where in terms of strokes across the course and the tournament weekend. But for today, we're just getting them in ranges so that those metrics can be determined. All right, starting off our afternoon group. More golfers. Top 5 golfers in this group. Who are our top 5 golfers in this group? It's a bunch of 4s and 5s. We've got Gary Patel is 1. Smokey Novak, 2. Connor Messick, 3. Arthur Byrne, 4. That's top 5. Top 5, Sonny Wright. Ryan Brodus, Angus Ingram. Head on home. Got 36. Draw 3, and then the top 3 get to stay. Draw 1, Gareth Leonard. Draw 2, Patrick Eaton. Draw 3, Tom Stevens. My chart keeps moving off of the stack here. And then our top 3 remaining golfers. So 1 is going to go home. He's lucky. Rance Aberley, a 1C, gets the stick. Out of this group, Delmo Mazzanti is going home. Jurgen Bierman and Daniel Kolacek are going to stick. That is a 24. Draw 2 and top 2. 1 draw. Valentin Gaubert, a 6A. 2. Larry Bennett, a 5C. We're looking for our 2 best remaining. That is looking like Lane Hawley and Parker Melton. Aiden Baru, Ashton West, and Yi Chen out. 36. Draw 3, and then the top 3. Whoops. Here's our draw 3. 1, William Gould. 2, Tom Sudbury. 3, Greer Copeland III. And then top 3, we got Tory Bingen, Boyd Yeager, and Craig Angelo. Blake Sweeney is going home. I can't see what this is. It is a 26. Draw 4, and then the top 2. 1, Remy Watanabe. 2, Aaron Backus. 3, Dokutai Takagaki. And 4, Benedict O'Donnell. In case you haven't figured it out, I think I've got a soft spot for Takagaki. And we're looking at our 2 remaining. Shinji Kanshi gets himself a break. He just is going to sneak his way through on this one. Jonathan New staying around, and Adrian Rogers goes home. We got 14. Draw 3 golfers, and then the top remaining golfer is outstanding. 1, Fabio Antonucci. 2, Burke Yielding. 3, Shane Sterling. And 4, Duke Vernon. And then our top remaining golfer is outstanding. Gail Honorado, a 1B. Not making the cut is a 2B, Dalmazio Zizi. And 6A, Lucas Bergman. Got a 36. We've seen that before. Draw 3 and top 3. So we're only having 6 in this stack, so they're all going to come along. Bob Demelmeyer, Nick Yarlett, Newt Washburn, John Reasoner, Jim Visotky, and Cameron Tullis. Whoops. And our last stack from the afternoon is a 34. Draw 1 outstanding golfer and the 3 top remaining golfers. Our outstanding golfer is Songram Sangsorn, a 5B. And then we're looking for our 3 top remaining golfers. In here, there's our boy. We've got Yoon Lee Song. We've got Martin Van Geek, 2 fan favorites, and Tengen Haikichi, all making the cut. Aiden Watts and Denise Bateau, who stuck around in one of our former tournaments, did not make the cut. So this group right here, these 3 golfers that are outstanding are going to make up their own stack here. They're stack 8. For the sake of the 3rd round, oh, I need my notebook to write things down in. For the sake of the 3rd group, we're going to roll them and we're going to lay out these grade cards. They're going to let us determine how well these golfers golfed. So I'm going to bring this down here. We're going to lay these cards out up the top here. Bring that down a little bit. D. Actually, that's not going to matter because I put them up top. D plus, C minus, C plus, B minus, B, A. Whoop, I forgot my B plus. Need my paper. All right, there we go. So the way that this works is any golfers that score an A plus, which I don't have a special spot for, an A plus, an A or an A minus are going to be considered contenders on the final day. B plus and B, they are, I forget what exactly word it is that they're using, but a B plus is going to be they're finishing the round, but they are going to contend, but they aren't a given to have their rounds played off there at the end. And then C's and D's, their rounds are just getting finished right now, and they will not be competing. They don't have a chance to catch up, all of those things. So these remaining golfers, we're going to turn into 7 stacks. And we're going to complete out the 3rd round. Yeah, the B plus and B golfers, there we go. They consider them to be on the fringe of contention. So there's a chance they find their way back in. Last week, we did have Goro Morisaki make a push, but he just couldn't hold it. He did show back up, though, towards the end of the day. Almost done. You don't have to listen to me flipping cards anymore much longer. Usually I'll just go through and make it so that the stacks look even, but I found that I'd much rather have even stacks because then it feels like it's a little bit more fair, given that the dice rolls, you know, as fair as you can get with dice rolls, given that the dice rolls can affect the number of golfers that come out of a stack. So here's our very first group. We are going to roll to complete the 3rd round, and here we go. Our first roll is a 12. The top golfer is actually going to contend with an A plus, and everyone else is going to finish with a B minus. So our top golfer in this group, whoo-hoo! Who do we got in here? We've got a 2C. We've got a 2B. And that looks like our top golfer. Let's take a look one more time. 2-2-C's in here. Top golfer, Yoon Lee Song, who's not going to fit here on my screen. He's an A plus golfer. Woo! He is a top 10 golfer right now, too, in the tournament, I believe. Yoon Lee Song currently sits at 3rd place because he has won a tournament this year. Everyone else in this group is going to finish with a B minus. That means Enrique Malagañez is out. That means Tori Bingen is out. Who else we have here that might have been able to contend? Nico Harms is out. All finishing, excuse me, with a B minus. Our next group, oh, 55. All golfers contend with a B, so at best they're on the fringe of contention. That's a pretty big group to contend. Gil Granberry, Duke Vernon, Ernie McCown, Martin Van Geek, Larry Bennett, Lonzo DeLucci, Paul Batellis, number 1, Dustin Emmerich, They're all on the fringe as a B. Next, that's a 13. Draw golfer contends with an A+, top golfer an A-, and everyone else finishes with a C+. Also, our draw golfer is going to get to roll against the issues and perks chart to see if there's anything good that's going to work out for them. So our draw golfer is Tom Stevens, a 5A, is going to start off as an A+ golfer. I should put them like down here. Can they be seen down here? Kind of. Here's our A+. I could just move everything this way. That would make more sense. There we go. Is that visible? Yeah, that's good enough. Then so we got a roll for him. Let's find out for him. In this case, the black die that matters. So black die says it's a 2 and a 5. He's going to get a lucky chip to start the round. But it's only... Oh, man. He is going to have Tom Stevens is going to get the lucky quality. Is it just that lucky? Yes, that lucky quality is going to give him a blue chip at every hole. He doesn't gain an extra one, though. So every hole, if he expends it, he's going to get a new chip on this round. That's pretty powerful for him. It's good, too, for a 5A, considering he's got very little in terms of helping him on his card. He's only got Hero for irons and a semi-dynamic experience skill. Let's see. That was top golfer in this group is going to contend with an A-. So our top golfer is... This our top golfer? Might be. Oh, we got 2 of them, so we have to roll to see where they fall. So there's a 2B, Gareth Leonard falling out, a 3A, Bob Demelmeyer, Todd Ahrens, all falling out. They're going to finish with a C+. And I will apologize now that I always forget what my role needs to be to determine where they finish. Let's see. It is every time. I should just write this on my little cards so that I don't forget. If there's a tie, we roll the decider die. If it's blank, they contend with if it's the bullet, they get the placement. If it's blank, they are a B+. So that means first we're going to roll here for Soren Overgaard. And he is the top golfer. He gets a A-. He gets to play. Or if he gets the bullet, he gets an A-. No bullet, so he's going to be a B+ golfer. And no bullet, B+ golfer. So those A- because they tied ended up kind of hurting him a little bit. We've got a 25. Draw golfer contends with an A and a perk. Top golfer contends with an A- and everyone else has a C. Jason White is going to be an A golfer with a perk. Our top golfer remaining, Su Cheng Tien. Su Cheng Tien is going to be 25. contends with an A minus. Then everyone else gets a C. So that means Smokey Novak is out. That means James Elflin is out. That's about all we need to worry about. And Isaac White, we're going to roll for him. He is otherwise 25. He's going to be a contend with an A. And Isaac White, your perk is a 26. Gain extra control, which means for just this round, he's going to get to control the hole if he rolls a 4, if the hole doesn't already give it to him. Extra control. All right. Stack number 5 is a 26. 26 means draw golfer contends with an A minus. Everyone else is a B minus. Rance Aberley with an A minus. Everyone else is finished with a B minus. So in that group, we've got all these golfers making it. And Celestino Garcia, My Young Cho. Who else is in here that's noteworthy? Nobody really. Nobody that's been competitive so far this year. This guy gets a 26. They go to B minus. Stack 26. 14. Top golfer contends with an A. Everyone else finishes with a C. So the top golfer gets an A. Is that who it is? It is Evan Aldrich is going to compete with an A. Everyone else finishes with a C. Nick Yarlett, the no longer injured Greg Millwood, Peter Lattis, Antonio Fabinucci, all finishing with a C. Pair of 4s, all golfers contend with a B+. So in here, we're looking at Patrick Eaton, Burke Yielding, 4C, Greer Copeland III, Shinji Kanishi. These are all B+ guys. They are not going to be played on the last day. And our outstanding golfers roll a 23. Draw golfer gets an A. Everyone else contends with a B+. Our draw golfer is Sangram Sangsorn, a 5B, and Gail Honorado and Cliff Pettibone all are going to be, or not all, but are both going to be B+. So we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all we got here that are really pulling away. Let's make it so that we've got 5 pairs, right? We can go as many as 12. We're going to say we at least need a pairing to go with the worst of the A-. So I'm going to pull the best golfer out of the B+ stack, and he's going to be the pairing. He's still going to end up being, no, I can't even do that, because we got Gail Honorado as a 1B, and we've got Shinji Kanishi as a 1B. So that's going to end up pushing me up. They're tied, and they're going to both be in that set. So I'm going to need one more golfer to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need one more golfer for that 10th golfer. These guys are going to stay as B+, so they could fall back out of contention. But I'm going to pull the best golfers, the ones that have the best chance of pulling back into contention. It's going to be Greer Copeland III is going to be our extra golfer from the B+ that's going to find his way playing out his round there on the final day of the tournament. So now that we've gone through that, I know I haven't put these new names up there yet, but Tien is here, Lee Song is here, Takagaki was here someplace, but I don't think he gets to play. Takagaki does not get to play. Let's put these names out. Take a look. This is an interesting set. So a tournament winner, Yoon Lee Song, is here. And he's going to be going into the final day with tied for the lead with virtually unknown Tom Stevens. We've got Su Cheng Tien sitting at some number of strokes back, but he's going to be playing out his day. Takagaki didn't make it. Van Dijk didn't make it. Rodell didn't. Shinji Kanishi just got lucky and got pulled out of here from the B+. And Goro Murasaki didn't even get to play. Even down here into, once you get down into like the top 20, Rance Aberle, he's golfing. He's got one top 10 finish. That's it. Like even in the top 25 here, most of these guys, a lot of these guys are going to have a chance to get themselves in the money that they haven't so far through the first 3 tournaments. So that has been making the cut for the Desert Classic. I'm going to have to go through here and check on my until further notice stuff. But some of these guys, they're not golfing either. Actually, only Tien is. Tien's got a note right now that he's a bomber until he falls his way off this chart. That is crazy town because he doesn't need more skills. Yeah, so that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So thanks for coming out to the Making the Cut. We're going to be working on getting the tournament itself, day 4, ready to go here in the next handful of days. So feel free to check back in for that and watch the excellence unfold. Thanks. This has been the Sports Simulator Spectator with your host, Michael Green. Feel free to like and subscribe and go check out my 2020 XFL replay with Fast Drive Football. Go check out my decide to play Hardball 99 in 2023 from the original PlayStation. And we're looking at Red, White, and Blue coming back to the table soon. And we got some up-tempo basketball that we're giving a shot and see how that looks. So lots of stuff going on the channel, lots of continuing things that I'm trying and just recording for the sake of it because it's fun. And I hope you like it too. So thanks. Give it a look. Come on back. Tell me how it's been. Have a good one.